Wacky Us. I'm Rick.
I'm Sone Capone. We back again.
Getting your heart pumping with those drums and that fine music from back in the days.
That house music for all you.
I can just picture somebody dancing across the floor, sweating, with gold chain on.
Bouncing hard.
Going mad hard and stuff. Yeah, today's kind of freelance. We didn't really have a topic, but we got some cards in front of us. It's going to be questions. You can answer the questions along with us. Leave it in the comments, and we'll take it from there. So, and we're going to do our wacky news and a bunch of other things, and a little bit of ranting and raving. And
you know how we do.
On. But with that being said, let's get this show started.
So, we got a lot of good feedback on our last podcast with relationship topics. So, we're kind of keeping that energy going a little bit. Although, you know us, we'll take a left turn here and there. But some of the questions that we've come across are really good. And things for people to think about. And things for you to actually ask your person or significant other or what have you. Or just things you want to explore about yourself. So, let's get into it, and, ain't nothing to it but to do it. So, first question, what's something that you would like to be forgiven for? The thing with me with forgiveness is that sometimes there are things that are forgivable, and there are some things that aren't, and I'm a firm believer in all that nonsense when people are like, oh, you must forgive to free yourself from, the chains of non-forgiving or whatever. No, because like I said, there are certain things that are unforgivable, but that's just me. I'm not like my thing is whenever I see people get on TV who say they forgive someone who murdered their loved one, I'm like, you're an idiot because you murder my loved one. And not only am I not forgiving you, I'm going to get on TV and be like, hell no, I don't forgive you. And I hope you die too. A miserable, horrific, painful, slow death. But again, that's just me. But yeah, of course, we all have things that we might want to be forgiven for and other things. No, because sometimes you were a different person. Sometimes you were a child.
That's what I was about to say.
Sometimes you're a child and you think like a child and you act like a child and you grow and you learn. So, yeah, while there are some things you might have regrets for, some things you have to understand that you were a different person, a different mindset, a different consciousness, whatever it is. So some things, there's some things I might have regretted that I did, but I also know I was in a different headspace, a different person, and was not of the same consciousness that I might be now as I evolved and grew as a person.
Yeah, like forgiving, like that I would want to be forgiven for, like, I don't know. That's a question that I think you guys have to ask yourself because me personally, most of the stuff I did was like intentional. So, and I live with it. Like, oh, I shouldn't have did that. Like, it's some minor stuff, but it was something really big. I probably intentionally did it, and I don't really know if I want to be. I don't know if I feel like I need to be forgiven for it. I got regret, like Sonya said. I may regret it that I did something, but being like, oh, will you forgive me? It's like probably something with my children. I would like if I ever did something to my children and it really hurt them, I hope they forgave me. People outside of that, I don't know. Like my kids, yeah, because I don't want to hurt my kids intentionally. I would never intentionally hurt my kids, like stuff like that. And I never abuse them. I don't get it twisted. Social media, ain't nobody over here is abusing no kids. Like, oh, I wish I was forgiven for this and that.
Yeah, we're not talking about like that. There's just certain things in life where,
I live with it, man. Like stuff I always say, like stuff I did, man, it's stuff I live with it. And if I say I want to be forgiven, does me being forgiven for a certain thing makes my life change? Does it alter the course of my life? Does it make me more powerful? I don't think so. That's me. I could be wrong for my take on that. So ask yourself that question. What was the question again, son?
What's something you'd like to be forgiven for?
Y'all hear that? That's a question. Put it in the comments. What's wacky to me?
I mean, I'm saying, there were certain people when I was a child that I was mean to, but children can be cruel. And looking back over those things, I'm like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have been mean to this girl or that girl or whatever. But again, I was a child.
Yeah,
and
your mindset is totally different.
Mindset is totally different. And you grow and you evolve. So that's where I stand with that. Like, there are some things, like I said, that are unforgivable. So
get off of that. What's the next card?
Our next one.
It is important to you to live close. Is it important to you to live close to your family? Why or why not?
To a degree, I say yes. Although I come from a family that's really, really, really scattered all around the country and then some. I wish that me and my kids, I wish our kids lived closer to us, because that would be kind of dope, to have that familial and community with the family and my immediate family. I would love that. Now, I have one of my best friends made a really good point that it's important for her to live near her parents because they're getting older. And as the only child, she knows she's going to have to take care of them. And I totally, totally respect that. And I think that's an honorable thing to do. So yes, I do think that families should live closer to one another. I wish I lived closer to my family in Chicago. I miss them and I only see them rarely. So yeah, I think it's important to live close to your family.
Yeah, I like this question because I'm all for it. I really wish I lived close to my family. Like, my family's in the South and my family's really cool and I love them. And I have two cousins that's like my sisters, Teak and Sean, shout out, because they the bomb. And I know me living closer, we would create, because we had a lot of great times when we was young as kids, so I know we had to continue creating great memories. So yeah, I would say I definitely would love if I lived closer to them and to my family. I have my sisters up here closer to me; they close to me, and that's cool. But I wish the whole family was just close. I'm all for I preach strength in numbers. I think we could being close, we could do some incredible things.
Absolutely.
I like it. So, what we got next?
What are the deal breakers that would make you reconsider your relationship with your person? What are the deal breakers? I mean, there's all kinds of deal breakers when you're dealing with, when you're in a relationship. There's always the usual things. There's the trust issues. If someone breaks the trust, betrayal. Betrayal. It's very hard to come back from. It's very hard to trust again. So there's that. I think another deal breaker would be if you father a child outside of the relationship. Yeah, I don't think I could live with that, knowing that you're going to have to constantly see the person that you betrayed me with and be with, I don't think I could live with that. So there's that. There are other things, you can get past and heal or whatever, but I think those are my main things, like ultimate betrayals and the fathering children outside of a relationship. Those are my deal breakers.
Yeah, and my deal breakers, what it says, what are the deal breakers? Yeah. My deal breakers would be, infidelity, because I don't look for anything. Like, you can be doing like whatever. I don't look for anything, and I'm just like a one strike person. Like, you do something, we're not going to counseling. It's a wrap.
That's where my child gets that from.
Probably so. It's like I'm just one. Well, it got to be something serious. Not he does stuff where I don't think it's really that serious, but something to him it could be. So I'm just not that forgiving with stuff like that because I don't search for nothing like that. And another deal breaker would be with my relationship, like a lonely person. Like, I want somebody to be outgoing, have friends. Like, don't make me like your sole friend, because that puts too much pressure on me, and I'm always moving around. And then it had me thinking and stutter stepping like my moves, and I don't want to stutter step on my moves. So stuff like that. Let me see. More deal breaker. Another deal breaker is if you're not domesticated. You know, like if you're not domesticated, you can't keep the house, you know, right or whatever, or you know, you just have no skills in the crib. We ain't gonna last at all, cause I'm clean, and I don't like that mess all over the place. So that would, and a lot of girls, you know, they don't. Before you get to know them, you be like, they be fronting. You know, you might not even know how they really are, and then you get them in the house, or you get in a long term, y'all move in together, and it's a wrap. You be like, who is this? You nasty nah, but what's the next one?
Yeah, those are pretty good. You know, those are very man things. So yeah, I can see that. How do you like to be comforted when you feel down?
This is easy for me.
Go ahead, have at it.
It's like a very short answer.
Okay.
Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone and let me figure it out, because I will. It's like, I don't want nobody rubbing my back. I don't need all that. Like, I don't need all that. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm just used to figuring it out. Like, it's no comfort. Like, I don't know. That's just me. I just need some space to like figure everything out, because most of the time I can figure it out. I don't know.
All right. Okay. There are times where I want to be left alone if I'm going through something. You know, I have many friends that be like, you need to come out the cave, but you know, I'm a typical Scorpio that way. So, and you know, I'm a double air sign with my moon and ascendant. So we're alike in that ways, that sometimes I want to be left alone. Give me my space. I'll figure it out. But then there are times where you want a comforting hand, a listening ear, a shoulder to lean on. Sometimes you want to share your pain.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you need someone to talk to vent.
We need no answers. We just don't.
Just need to let it out. Let it out. And you know, sometimes you need someone to say like, yes, it's going to be all right. Other times I am like, leave me the F alone. I need to sort through my ish and let it be. But then there are other times where I do want someone to hear me. Just let me vent, let me let it out, let me get it out, what have you. So I think it just can kind of go both ways. Sometimes I want comfort. Sometimes, you know, sometimes you could be going through a loss, you know, a death in the family, and sometimes you just need a hug. Sometimes you need a touch, a human touch. So I think that varies depending on the situation.
And the person.
Yeah.
Because everybody handle that question differently. And that's why we posing this question to you. You tell us how you would handle that. How do you like to be comforted when you're feeling down?
Or not.
Yeah, like tell us, because we could be wrong. Maybe you could give me some pointers. Me like, Rick, you're bugging. You're bugging. You need to blah, blah, blah. You need to open up. You need to do this, that, and the third. You know, not, hey, I don't know. Next.
What's your biggest pet peeve? Uh-oh.
One of my biggest pet peeves is, I ain't gonna lie, man. I just hate softness. I hate a soft society, soft people. Not women and men, like men. Like, I like just this soft men and girly like stuff, and men that act feminine. Like, and I'm not talking about like, not even like, I'm not even going at the gay community or anything. It's just like, you got men that's like, they want to be cute, man. I grew up, men are supposed to be handsome, like the manly, masculine. We are men. Men should be nothing less than warriors. That's how I feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Protect, provide. Like, yo, that's the man. That's the man I grew up like. I know it's a different world. The world changed, but that is one of my biggest pet peeves. I have other pet peeves, but she said the biggest. Oh man, I really hate soft guys. Like, yeah, yo, be a man.